ada juga minoriti yang diketepikan ataupun yang kita tak boleh jaga.
Hi everyone, my name is Ong Shin Win. I'm the president of the Malaysian Deaf Sports Association. Thank you for being here for this gathering of our media release, our press conference for our Larian Amal MSDeaf 2022. And in conjunction with our International Deaf Awareness Week, I'm happy to tell you this media conference is to inform all our media partners of this event and the cooperation that we have with the other sectors, which is DBKL, but most importantly our partners in fundraising, OE EduTech, IDO MediaTech, and also Voice Out Entertainment. But we also especially want to thank Dato' Wira, Dr. Kelvin Q, who has generously provided this space for us to use for our event. And also not forgetting that we have our director here, Mr. Nicholas Au, of OE EduTech, and Michelle Tai, also from OE, to be here, and especially also to Mr. Lance Chan from Voice Out Entertainment. Thank you for being here. The Larian Amal MSDeaf 2022 it has been confirmed to be held in Dataran DBKL in Jalan Raja Laut on 2nd of October, and this is in conjunction with KL Car Free Morning that's being held on every Sunday. The idea of having the Larian Amal was sparked by our royal patron, KD ke bawah duli yang di Maha Mulia, our Pemangku Sultan Pahang, to create awareness to who will be running with our deaf athletes that morning. And our athletes were invited to the Istana for a breakfast with him because they all won the medals, gold, silver and bronze, so he wanted to invite them. And so this idea was sparked by him during that occasion. He felt that deafness is invisible, and he wanted more awareness on the needs about the deaf people, and in part to raise funds for the development of deaf sports in the country. Usually the deaf people, the community has a misconception about people with hearing loss. They always think of two groups of people, the typical, like you and I, and the Paralympic group. That means people who have got a physical disability, the blind. But the deaf is often overlooked. And also to note that the deaf people are not in the Paralympics category. They are individually on its own, separate entity, which is under the International Committee of Sports for the Deaf. And if you can see in the international arena, we have the International Olympic Council, which is for our typical athletes. We also have the Paralympic, the world body. We also have the International Committee of Sports for the Deaf, which also looks at international games for the deaf, which is Deaf Olympics and the other games as well. For your information, the ISD, that means the International Committee of Sports for the Deaf, has signed an agreement with the World International Olympics, that we are all parallel and each of us have got our responsibilities and duties to carry out our international event. And so people should look at the 3 parallel bodies that will govern the typical athletes, Paralympic, and also for deaf athletes. This program was initially supposed to be held in Kuantan, but the unsuitability of timing and support, we decided to have it first in Kuala Lumpur, which will be an annual event and will take place in all parts of Malaysia every year. We want to thank MBK Kuantan for their earlier stage of cooperating, but we promise to have it in Kuantan next year. Members of, ladies and gentlemen, we hope that you would encourage all citizens of Malaysia to support this event by participating and running alongside our Deaf Olympics medalists and also the deaf community. We hope that we would get the support from members of the public to participate in this run. And for some to run alongside with our royal patron, Tuanku Bangku, and in return to support the Deaf Awareness Week. The Malaysian Deaf Sports Association again would like to thank our partners, our donor partners, OE, EduTech, IDO, Mediatek, and Voice Out Entertainment for the support, your generosity, your efforts to help us fundraise and to support this event. At the same, and also to all the 3 partners who are here as our partners in fundraising. And let's have a very successful Larian Amal. It would be impossible for MSDeaf to do this alone, and we are certainly grateful to all our partners, especially for the 3 partners that we've mentioned for this run. And the Larian Amal, we have just like any other citizen, we also live in Malaysia. We want to be known as, persons or citizens of Malaysia. And this run is to create awareness about the minority group of deaf people here. At the same time, this event will be very unique because all the runners will wear a ear plug when they run, so that they can understand what it is to live as a deaf person for that 1 hour during the run. How is it like to be deaf in a noisy world? And as we all know, MSDeaf is not a government institution. We are a NGO organization. As such, we do have different programs to cater for the needs. Like we have a Deaf Championship, we have the Asia Pacific Games, we have the ASEAN Deaf Games, and a number of activities that has to be self-funded. But the most important one is our national event, Sukma. You all have heard about Sukma, but which is the Sukan Orang Malaysia for the typical or the hearing people. But Sukma is for the deaf athletes from all parts of Malaysia, the 14 states that we have. And so we did, from Sukma, we do centralized training and selection, and all that is not funded, but under the arm of Malaysian Deaf Sports Association. And so our deaf athletes are being chosen to represent ASEAN, Asia Pacific, and ultimately our Deaf Olympics. And so our target is our Deaf Olympics in 2025 in Japan. And every year in the month of September, all over the world, we celebrate the International Deaf Awareness Week. So this is a special occasion for all deaf people in the world. So every country do a program. We hope that each and every one of you here will inform your contacts, your networks through Twitter, Facebook, Instagram about this event, and encourage as many people as possible to participate in this event. So we need the cooperation of everyone to spread the news about the Larian Amal, and our target is to have 3,000 participants. And to register, we have a link on our website for you all to click and register. For all the runners, we have the finisher medal, the limited edition t-shirts, and the e-certificate. And we also will have, at that event, learning of sign language workshops, exhibition on the deaf community, especially in the sports arena, and food truck by the deaf. So Jom, come and join and support our program of this Larian Amal MSDeaf 2022. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Ong. We are happy to invite Mr. Nicholas Nicholas Au. I said Tai. He said, so Ong said, look at this, Lucy. Nicholas Au, to say a few words, who is our partners in fundraising. Mr. Nicholas.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and good afternoon. Okay, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and good morning, and welcome to our...
Wait, mic.
I'm so sorry.
Mic.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and good afternoon to all the members of the press, our esteemed guests, our president, and also all the honorable guests today. We are very honored to be here today, especially with the presence of Mr. Lance Chan, our representative from Idol Media Tech, Ms. Michelle Tai, and also from Voice of Entertainment, Mr. Lance Chan, and all the respective honorable guests today. Now, I think today it's a very, very special day for us, especially coming yesterday. We had our Merdeka celebration, right? Yesterday, I woke up very early to go to Dataran Merdeka, and it's something that struck a very harmonious tone with me, you know why? Regardless of being Chinese, Malay, or even Indian, at the end of the day, we all are the same. We are all Malaysians. We are all Malaysians at heart. Regardless of all the differences that we have, we are still Malaysians. And today, coming over to support this event from MSDeaf, it's gonna be amazing. You know why? Regardless of our inabilities, our differences, or even the challenges that we face in our life, at the end of the day, we are still Malaysians. And in conjunction, I think it's going to be awesome because why? Today is the 1st of September. Yesterday was Merdeka. Coming over on September 16th is Hari Malaysia. And today on our this charity run, it's going to be on 2nd October. I think it's going to be amazing. You know why? We have so many athletes, amazing athletes, and also artists and talents that is producing amazing masterpieces in Malaysia. So let me quote someone very famous who is very famous in the deaf community. Have you ever heard of Beethoven? Now, Beethoven was deaf around 20 over years, but then he was a masterpiece of his age. He was a master composer and also musician. And also, I think I'll quote another one, Halle Berry. Halle Berry is not born deaf, but then because of some challenges in life, suffered from domestic abuse, become 80% deaf, and right now it doesn't impact her performance in the acting and also in the composing department. So for me, if you ask me, I'm seeing a whole lot of potential for our fellow Malaysians who are deaf and also mute, because this is something that we're so proud of, regardless your physical disabilities or even your challenges in life. We are all still Malaysian. We are so proud today, you know, to be able to stand here on this stage, because at the end of the day, we would like to see more Malaysians. We would like to see more from the minority community or even from the deaf and mute community to give an effort in this community, to see from the sports perspective, from the education perspective, from the musical perspective, and from the artist perspective. You are all going to make Malaysians very proud. I myself is a producer of Sukma and also our national games. I actually represented Malaysia. I represented Negeri Sembilan and also Malaysia in the bowling competition during my days. Now old already, so cannot play anymore. Okay, but then during my days, regardless, we had one team member who was deaf. Okay, during my time, we had one team member. I still remember her name was Sarah. Okay, Sarah is a hard meal. Everyday training with her wasn't pleasant. You know why? She was a hard meal to break. She was my training partner, and she always excelled above me. Always. She was someone I looked forward to meeting, and she was some kind of like a peer mentor. You know why? Even though she had disabilities hearing, but then her sense, to mentor me, being, I'm the junior, being a mentor to me, and representing our state, representing Malaysia. It doesn't matter whether we have disabilities at the end of the day. It doesn't matter whether, you are deaf or even mute. At the end of the day, what it matters, we are all human. At the end of the day, we are all Malaysians. At the end of the day, we are all God's creation. So I would say that, there is a chance to become a partner in this such a good initiative. We are so proud of it. And being the #1 education for entrepreneurs platform, we are happy to extend a helping hand to the minority community. And anything you need, we are ready to help, because we have entrepreneurs. And over here, we have someone we can actually extend our help to the minority. And believe me, and coming to this Layanan Amal on 2nd October, we will go full force on this. Okay, we will go full force on this, and we expect a wonderful run, and I'll see everyone there. Thank you so much for your time, and Salam Merdeka. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Nicholas Au. Wow, what an inspiring story, and how your own personal journey with our deaf athletes. We'd like to invite Mr. Lance Chan from Voice Out Entertainment to say a few words.
Hello. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank MSDeaf for this cooperation, as well as and our idol for the fundraising partner. Thank you so much. Without you all, this wouldn't happen. And also thank you, Dr. Bila, Dr. Kelvin Hill, for this event also. And thank you everyone for this, giving us this opportunity to bring greater awareness about the deaf. Okay, I got a quote to give everyone, and as well as everyone, all the deaf. Just like what Walt Disney said, if you can dream it, you can do it. Because everyone should have a dream, because have a dream is really important. Without a dream, your life also no meaning. This event, it wouldn't be reality if there's no one having a dream, a vision to make this world a better place. So I would like to really thank His Majesty KDYMM Pemangku Raja Bahang for having this pekak and being the voice for the day. Through this event, I sincerely hope the society will have better awareness about the deaf. Ultimately, I hope that the deaf and others can be recognized and validated and equal to hearing athlete in this sporting arena, because it's not easy. And some more, when we are deaf, we feel like we felt really, with the world is like separate, because we couldn't hear and we don't know what other people talking about us. So it's really not easy to living in this world as well. But we are really proud to be Malaysian, because in Malaysia we got one quote is that Satu Malaysia. So I really hope that this Satu Malaysia, we can make everything is possible, and we can make this event have a better impact to influence all the deaf, to have more faith to join all the sport and go to our biggest Olympic. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Lance Chan. Okay, we would like any from our media partner, Harimau Malaya. Do you have any questions? Sure, go ahead.
Okay, hi. I will be asking the question to Mr. President. Okay, so can I ask the question in Malay?
Sure, go ahead. I'm orang Malaysia.
Yeah, we are all
All orang Malaysia.
No problem.
Okay, so daripada kesemua statement daripada tiga-tiga panel di atas, semua bercakap tentang unity, satu Malaysia, tidak kira apa bangsa, tidak kira apa disability ataupun orang biasa. Kita tengok daripada perarakan Hari Kemerdekaan semalam, kita lihat ramai atlet-atlet biasa yang berharap, dan tidak satu pun atlet daripada MSDeaf sendiri menyertai perarakan semalam. Jadi mungkin ada penjelasan terhadap perkara itu.
Bila saya melihat perarakan di sana, hati saya begitu pedih, kerana kami orang Malaysia, orang pekak di Malaysia telah berulang-ulang kali memenangi medal dalam Deaf Olympics untuk mengharumkan nama Malaysia. Tapi mereka masih tidak di acknowledge sampai hari ini. Walaupun dalam Facebook Agung kita telah pun memberi ucapan congratulations, tahniah, tetapi masih tidak memperakui kehebatan mereka dalam Deaf Olympics. Kita harap kita jangan lupa bahawa mereka juga adalah atlet pekak. Mereka juga adalah orang Malaysia yang ada IC Malaysia, orang Malaysia, dilahirkan di Malaysia. Ya, jadi mengapa kami diketepikan walaupun kami orang Malaysia? Dan kami ada kad OKU juga. Itu yang kami rasa tidak sama rata lah. saya minta hak-hak kesamarataan pada orang pekak ataupun OKU yang lain, cacat fizikal, diberi kesamarataan. Di lain-lain negara seperti negara India, negara Jepun sudah pun memperakui kehebatan orang pekak dalam acara sukan-sukan. Kami telah pun mencapai merdeka, tapi masih tidak ada kesamarataan ini. Apa akan terjadi?
Untuk Mr. Nicholas pula, Tuan ada katakan pergi perarakan semalam, pagi semalam.
Malam.
Okay, so apa perasaan masa tu bila lihat tak adanya atlet di pekak? Sebab sebagai seorang yang sponsor layanan amal ini, mungkin salah seorang daripada advocate untuk orang-orang pekak. So apa perasaan?
Okay, so, boleh tak saya tahu nama Cik? Sorry? Fatin. Okay. Fatin, terima kasih atas. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
Thank you. Fatin, thank you so much. So, change. Izinkan saya berbahasa Malaysia sekejap ya. Fatin, terima kasih atas soalan anda. Soalan yang amat bagus. So semalam di Dataran Merdeka, saya rasa amat bangga sebagai seorang Malaysia kerana dapat tengok semua bangsa yang kat sana. Tetapi ada juga, kita cakap kita sudah 65 tahun kan, kita sudah merdeka 65 tahun. Tetapi tuan-tuan dan puan, satu fakta yang kita tidak boleh dapat dinafiki atau menafikan adalah ada juga minoriti yang diketepikan ataupun yang kita tak boleh jaga. So bila saya dapat nampak yang the deaf is actually not in part of the parade, saya amat sedih juga. Kenapa? Mereka juga Malaysian, mereka juga telah bertungkus lumus untuk menaikkan nama, mengharumkan nama Malaysia, tetapi mereka tidak dapat recognition. Tetapi untuk saya sebagai we are also minorities in Malaysia, we are entrepreneurs in Malaysia. Saya rasa kita dapat mengubahkan situasi ini dengan berapa kita nak menaikkan awareness. Kita nak naikkan nama MSDeaf, kita nak naikkan kebangkitan yang awareness ni. Kenapa? This morning, hanya pagi ini baru saya tahu there is IOC, there is Paralympic IOC and also Deaf IOC. That is the first time I'm hearing this. Saya rasa kebanyakan orang Malaysia bukan tak nak support our deaf and also mute community, tetapi perkaranya kita tak tahu. Sebab sejak kecil dah sampai dewasa, saya tak pernah, other than my sporting days with Sarah, other than this, there is no communication with the deaf and also mute community. Tak ada sebarang kait ataupun hubungan. So saya rasa masalahnya bukan government tak support. Saya rasa my personal opinion. Tetapi hanya kita tak tahu. So bila kita tak tahu, kita tak perasan. So sebagai especially to all the communities here and also to our media partners, I believe awareness is the best medicine. So for example, right now kita ada Facebook, kita ada Instagram, kita ada TikTok. Selaku for me myself 700,000 in TikTok. Saya pernah ada video yang tentang deaf and mute dan ia mendapat banyak reaksi yang positif. Tetapi masa yang sama saya juga dapat respon yang negatif. Kenapa? Dia tanya, saya ada 10 staff. Kenapa hanya 2 staff yang deaf? Saya pun tak tahu macam mana jawab dah. Okay, sebab kenapa saya rasa ini adalah satu part of awareness dan kita sebagai orang Malaysia, as long as you can do the work, we don't care what is your disability. Tak peduli kucing hitam, tak perlu kucing putih ataupun merah, ungu, jingga, as long kucing dapat tangkap tikus, dia kucing yang bagus. As long as you can perform, you can contribute to Malaysia, I believe you are a proud Malaysian and we all deserve an equal chance. So thank you so much for your question, Fatin. Thank you.
Okay, so can we back to Tuan Presiden? It's okay. Two questions. So Tuan Presiden, masa sebelum ini Hari Malaya datang ke office untuk interview Tuan Presiden selepas memenangi Deaf Olympics. Sekarang apa perkembangan daripada Syakam?
Terima kasih Fatin. Saya amat berterima kasih untuk interview itu, tetapi setakat ini masih belum ada berita dan amat kami mengharap-harapkan. Tetapi seperti yang dilihat dalam surat khabar dan juga Facebook, banyak rah-rah mengenai atlet-atlet yang baru balik daripada Olympics ataupun Birmingham Games ataupun World. Tetapi untuk atlet pekak sampai sekarang pun tak ada berita langsung. Selepas Harimau Malaya telah membuat dalam online itu, dan kami juga mendapat panggilan telefon daripada Datuk KP MSN untuk menyanyikan mengapa interview itu dibuat. Tapi masih terdiam, tiada berita langsung mengenai Syakam untuk pemain-pemain untuk atlet pekak kami yang berjaya, yang telah berjaya mendapat medal-medal tersebut. Ya, dan juga kami inginkan pengiktirafan daripada kerajaan untuk pembangunan sukan ataupun recognition atlet-atlet pekak kami. Dan kami telah pun menyertai banyak program-program antarabangsa, dan salah satu daripadanya adalah Olimpik yang amat terkenal dalam arena sukan. Any more? Ada apa-apa soalan?
Okay, last question. Okay, selain daripada layanan amalan, selain daripada creative awareness dan sebagainya, adakah selepas daripada layanan amalan ni, Syakam akan lebih tumbuhkan perhatian kepada persatuan pekak?
Syakam?
Syakam. Adakah lepas daripada layanan amalan ni akan menghambat Syakam untuk lebih perhatian kepada persatuan sukan pekak Malaysia?
Saya berpendapat positif dan harap kami boleh membawakan banyak awareness untuk program ini, dan pemangku diraja kami akan berada bersama-sama kami untuk menjadi suara bagi dan recognition untuk program ini dan juga kepada atlet-atlet pekak kami.